stand-up comedians in LA.
That's cool.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Wayne Brady's a bad motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
Wayne Brady.
Wayne Brady. I hear he's got bars.
He does.
At least 2.
That's the plural.
What's up to our sidekicks and henchfolk out there in the mother-loving geek nation? You're currently tuning into the CultPop podcast. Normally, Noel has like a thing. It's like a flat, saga of the CultPop podcast. Episode 20? No, it's
20.
not.
Like I said, 21.
Legacy.
Wow. I'm your host, Johnny Destructo of Johnny Destructo's Hero Complex, which is a comic shop located at 4327 Main Street, Philadelphia, PA. That's not where we are, though. We are at Manny Young Studios. Manny Young's premier spot for doing that stuff. I'm banging the table, which I shouldn't do. With me this week is Randy.
What's the deal? Your man, our son, the voice of reason, a.k.a. the Super Triple, the wise and sage of the panel page. What's up?
And Noel, follow that up.
Well, what I was going to say was like me just nudging you means don't say anything, just take it off. But we're here now. Don't hit the table.
Take it off.
And also take it off. Brian.
Hey.
And Terry, to producer Terry, who's not producer of this show anymore.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah,
More of a.
Yeah, you were kicked out of that? Was that the case?
Wait.
I would say I spent my way onto the show.
Wait.
Yeah, if you would clean that up.
Not producer Terry anymore. He needs a new name. Fill in Terry. Insert Terry.
Insert Terry here.
Insert Terry.
Yeah.
This week I'm inserting into Len.
Slot.
Good Lord.
Slot in Terry.
I hope you got permission.
I did.
Slotted.
Thank you for hanging out with us.
Insertion.
Thank you for being here with us. Whether or not you like what this is, you should comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so that you can get more of whatever this is that's happening. What else?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, great. That portion of the show is finished. Let's do the part where we have letters.
We have letters?
Oh, we have lots and lots and lots and lots of letters. The first letter and only letter is called Brian, you son of a bitch.
Is it me? Is it about me?
In my Arnold Schwarzenegger voice.
Brian,
That's the name of the email.
Son of a bitch.
That was kind of Dracula.
I think he became a
Brian,
Dracula.
you son of a bitch.
Sometimes do, unfortunately.
My last email, I asked...
One son of a bitch. Anyway,
JD, we're trying to do a bit.
Oh, sorry, I ruined your bit.
Wait a yes and it.
It's part of it now.
My last email, I asked why the movie Polar wasn't part of March Madness. And come to find out, Brian, who didn't even watch it,
I watch it.
voted against it.
I did.
This movie was so much fun. The premise, hitmen with a pension plan, and the over-the-top characters, and of course, Mads Mikkelsen. If I was a betting man, and I am during football season, I would bet that Polar would have at least made it to the Sweet 16 in this bracket compared to some of these movies that are in it. Thanks, Brian.
No problem. Is it football season now? Is he a betting man? It's not, right?
Well, I mean, there's no season that isn't football season because now we're like
well, there we go. He's always
now we're
betting
like tracking the draft.
Yeah, exactly.
And
who is
free agency,
these
though?
things?
This is frickin' Sellington 2814. It's
How 2814?
How
Fantastic.
2814.
I know you
Yeah.
that's 2014.
From this day forward, for generations to come in my family, no one will be named Brian.
Oh, there was more?
Good day.
Good day.
Fine.
Wait, there's other Brians in your family that you have named
and
as
were
much?
they named after me? You're not
And
actually
also, how do you-
supposed to.
Wait, what if it's a different spelling of Brian? It's not
No,
a
that's
B-R-I-A-N or B-R-Y-A.
Yeah.
Would that work if they see Polar?
What if it's B-Y-R-I-A-N?
Wait, are they being renamed
Brian.
after they see Polar?
Are you saying Byron?
Byron?
Brian.
B. Ryan?
Yeah.
What if it's B-R-I-O-N?
Why is Wayne Brady?
Byron.
Why is Wayne Brady?
Wayne Brady has infected us.
I'm going to hand it over to Noel because Noel's in charge of this portion of the show.
What you been up to this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Actually, Randy,
You.
why did you hit the table?
See what happened was.
What you been up to this week?
This week, I watched this amazing show on Netflix called The Night Agent. I had no idea. I'm like, all right, this is cool, and it's about this dude he works for the FBI, and he sits in a room and waits for phone calls on this like special line, and then he gets one, and the whole fucking world goes nuts. Like there's all this cool political intrigue and drama and spies and people getting shot and presidents and it's fantastic.
How
The
long is
Night
it?
Agent.
It was 10 agents. 10 agents.
It was
10 agents. 10 agents long.
10 agents
In a
long, 10
line.
episodes.
Yeah.
And it was fucking fantastic.
Who's in it?
Really, really dope. I've never seen anyone on this show except
What?
for
Eve Harlow.
the cool Asian lady. I don't know who the guy that played Peter Sutherland. I don't know who
Chow.
any of these people are.
Oh, it's got DB Woodside.
DB Woodside's in it. Yes.
Oh,
I know
it's,
DB Woodside.
from Buffy.
Buffy.
Yeah.
And he was also in
And Lucifer.
Hong Chow.
Lucifer,
Her, I
that's
recognize
right.
her.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's everybody else, and I was like, I don't know who any of these people are. Didn't care. It was awesome.
Is it a comedy? Is it a drama?
No, it's a thriller.
Wow, all right.
Drama, one
The
season.
Night Agent on Netflix.
Yeah,
And
it's very, very cool.
It's brand new, 2023. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
really, really cool.
Nice. Brian,
Hey. Is that me? You're talking to me.
what have you been up to this week?
I'll tell you what. In regards to what I've been watching, that was Stargirl. I finally caught up on that.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
new
love
Stargirl.
that show so
Yeah,
much.
it was really good. I'll tell you what. I've always loved the shade. Right, ever since
Throwing it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's right.
Any kinds of shade.
Cascading, cascading under it on a hot day.
Yeah, it's one of the best applications of shade, right?
Umbrellas.
The character.
The
shade.
character, the Shade. DC Comics has created this character who can manipulate shadows, and he's very old, and he made a prominent appearance, many prominent appearances in James Robinson's Starman.
Oh, that was a good run.
Very shady appearance.
Yes.
Beloved run.
And kind of that turned him into the sort of modern characterization of, kind of anti-hero,
Anti-hero.
but he's all right. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
And that's the version that they do here, and they did it really well. The actor is so good at it, and it was great to see. Also, the show overall, it was canceled. They must have known at least before this came out that it was. So I thought it ended really well. It was cool, and they flash forward and they do like an epilogue to the show that I think would not have been in there, where they say, here's what happened with this plot thread that we introduced 10 minutes ago that we will not be following up on. And I thought that was a great way to end a show that, that they didn't want to end yet, but you get conclusion on that kind of stuff. It was so well done. Luke Wilson, amazing.
Yeah,
He's
as
just
the
so
dad.
good to watch.
Yeah, very charming show. I
Very
watched
charming.
the entire first season and I was enamored with it. I thought it was the best CW show since like the first season of The Flash, maybe, and Superman and Lois. Robert Monroe Jr. says, "Shade the Changing Man."
No.
No.
The Shade.
different guy.
Shade the Changing Man is totally different. Vertigo character, not related in anything but that name, I
different
think.
coat.
Yes,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
different coat. Much more colorful.
Yes.
Oh, and Hal also says no version of Brian will be allowed in my family. So I guess no one can even marry into his family with the name Brian.
Well, I think if you
versions of
continue
Brian.
reading.
He says ... Kidding, but he's not.
He's not kidding.
He's not kidding.
He's not kidding.
I would
There's
extend that
no
to
versions of
Brianna's.
Brian's.
Brianna?
Oh,
Yeah,
Brianna's,
yeah. No
Brian's. We
Brianna's.
don't-
Byron's, any of that. Any grouping of those letters.
There's a lot of people affected by this.
What have you done?
Inserted Terry.
Oh,
Have you been up to anything this week that's worth noting?
I don't even know. I actually don't think so. I've been working my tail off on. We got a couple of productions here at the studio that we've been working on. So Dylan and I have.
Oh, the CultPop
been
kid.
working
We didn't
on
introduce him.
It's producer Dylan.
That's
Producer-
the Colt Popper
Colt
man.
Popper. Man.
Yeah, the
Producer
Colt
Dylan.
Popman.
Colt Popman, yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Colt Popman.
Colt
Yes.
Popman.
I'm sorry, Terry. Go ahead.
But
Continue.
I will say, what I did watch is I watched Len's other show. Len is with us today, but we produced that show last night, and there's some follow-up. There's some interesting things they're doing with 6 Degrees from D'Urville Martin, and I was not familiar with this person, but he has somehow been in every film ever.
Wow. More than Kevin Bacon.
More than Kevin Bacon. Yes.
Improbable.
Yes. It is ridiculous. So I had a great time watching that because I don't do anything anymore. I just I don't even push buttons anymore. I'm like on a laptop doing accounting now. Like my life is boring now.
Look, you're here doing something right now.
Yeah, I'm literally doing some tech.
My friend, my
Hi.
colleague.
Yes, my brother.
From another mother. Good journey.
You got it. There it is. That's the way.
What have you been up to this week?
Oh. I saw a little film I like to call John Wick 4. but so did you.
It's not a little movie. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this together.
Aw, friendship.
What did you think?
It was delightful. In the same way that he likes the Fast and the Furiouses,
Incomparable.
the Fury
Fury Eye.
the Fury Seas. I enjoy the John Wicks. They do a lot of car stuff, and I don't care about car stuff. But I do like me a good action sequence with some martial artings. Yeah, and so it's a lot of fun. I like stabbings and shoot stings.
That's it. Also in the
I like
the
all
Fast
those
and Furious
things.
movies, but I don't compare them whatsoever. Because
Well, I just
one,
did.
I think it's a faulty comparison.
That I do that a lot.
One,
I am not smart.
the Fast and Furious movies are not self-serious. They are tongue-in-cheek. They know exactly what they are. They're earnest. Everyone's like hard on your sleeve. This is dour, self-serious hitmen.
But I think it's dour, self-serious, tongue-in-cheek.
Very tongue-in-cheek.
Right?
I think it's
Very, very
as soon as John became completely impenetrable from any kind of
Yeah.
injury.
I
yeah,
have not
it became-
penetrated him once, despite all my
You
efforts.
tried.
I
That's
thought
cool.
the movie was fun. I'm totally glad I saw it.
Yeah,
I don't want any more John Wick
Excuse me,
movies.
there's something about closing credits?
Closing
Yeah,
credits.
I did not stay
I did.
past the closing credits, but he did because he's
Yeah.
the
Did you
smart
see
one.
the movie together and you left?
I was like,
Yeah.
fuck off.
He ate all of. You know how there's like a layer of butter on the popcorn?
Sure. Wait, what? A layer of butter.
You know, a sprinkling. He ate the entire top layer, and I was so
actually
mad.
hate butter on my popcorn.
Yeah, that's
I think it's
awful.
fucking
That
gross.
buttery flavored topping. They don't even call it butter flavored.
Oil.
No, it's not even that close to
It's
butter.
just-
It's
Yeah.
buttery flavored.
Everyone seems to be loving the new John Wick movie, and while it is really pretty, it's very entertaining. I think it's incredibly excessive. I got bored halfway through it. It's 3 hours
I
long.
did not.
Why?
Because when an action movie like I equate
Shoot 'em
action
up.
movies. I equate action movies to like musicals. When the emotion gets so strong, they break into song. When a conflict gets so insane, like a peak in a valley, it's an action sequence. But when everything is that loud, it's just fucking noise. All of the fights are continuously after each other. No matter how impressive they are individually, together they just kind of came numb, and they go on forever.
He is correct.
Forever. It's like a 15-minute fight, but they're doing the same exact thing over and over and over and over again in the same 15-minute sequence, and it's like, okay, like he literally does the same like hip flip over and over and over and over again with the same
What the hell was that?
faceless looking dudes, and
That's
it's just
him
after like 15 minutes of it,
hiding
you're like,
behind his.
let's get to the next scene.
Sorry.
Like, it's just noise. It just becomes noise.
Because
I
they're-
wanted it to be a tighter movie.
I agree with parts of what you're saying. When things are too loud all the time, it just becomes a cacophony and boring. And the fight scenes do go on too long. I had to pee, so I went and did that, took my time, and then I decided I wanted some popcorn, so I went and stood in line to get a popcorn, and then came back, and I was like, oh, this is still the same fight.
Oh.
They're still doing the same exact fight. Nothing has happened.
There was the Osaka stuff in the
Yeah.
Osaka Continental. That sequence itself is about 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's a half hour into the movie, and they cover no new ground. So, but you've got amazing sequences like the
Stairs.
aerial shots. See, the staircase was way too long too.
Oh, I love the stairs. It got funnier because it was going so long.
Well, when it became a parody, it was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
But the you've got that great like the car chase scene in
The Frogger
Paris,
scene, the
in
Frogger
Paris.
set piece.
That was fantastic. It went on long, but it was at least something new.
Yeah.
But every time that they just did the same exact hand-to-hand combat, shooting each other at point-blank range over and over and over again, and no one got hurt, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, and the floor plan set piece was great
That
too.
was cool.
The overhead
That was-
shot
anything
stuff was
that was
so good.
different was
Yeah.
great, but half the movie was samesies.
I expected when I went in and when I realized it was 3 hours long, I was amazed because I didn't get bored at all.
Well, you left and you.
I did.
got it.
I did.
I didn't get bored
You
at
got
all, but
popcorn.
I took breaks. I didn't get bored at all, but I took breaks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I'd like to say I don't often go to AMC, but we saw this movie at AMC. Popcorn. I don't like popcorn butter, so we went with pretzels. Pretzel bites.
Oh yeah, the
pretzel bites.
They shake their pretzel bites in fucking popcorn butter.
Ew.
Wait, what?
It was disgusting.
Wait, what? I've never
Yeah,
seen that.
Like she literally like did the box and put something in it and then shook it and gave it to us and it was oily.
Without asking?
Yeah, right.
That's crazy.
It
I'm
must
smacking the
be-
shit out of somebody
It
for that.
literally must be what they do, but we were like eating and they're like this, like it's on my hands and what the fuck is this?
Do they always put it on their popcorn too?
I don't know. I don't go.
No.
Okay,
I had
so
to
I
put it
preface
on-
this with I don't go there often.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
So I'm not exactly
Yeah.
sure what the I'm not sure what the modus operandi is for just getting pretzel bites. But if somebody can like in the chat tell me that either I had a arduous experience with some sort of new foreign substance and or this is normal, just let me know.
Oh, that could have been anything.
could have been anything. Could have been anything.
Robert Monroe Jr. says you missed a good closing credit, JD, and also
good.
it was 20 minutes too long. I will say that is also correct. Sam C says, what rolls downstairs, a loner in pairs, rolls over your neighbor's dog.
John Wick.
Log. It's from this
log.
Ren and Stimpy.
It was an inventive sequence, but again, like after it was a long movie.
Yeah.
No, I have a question, and this is just sort of tangential, but you compared it to musicals, and then said like if that went on all the time, it would be long. How does that reference rock operas like Jesus Christ Superstar?
So
or
you know what? There's a really
Yeah.
good. So there's a difference to me. I love musicals. I don't love operas because I like there to be peaks and valleys in like the way that the story is structured, it to go up and down to kind of keep you engaged. Whereas if it's just at one level the whole time, I'm not really that engaged. So rock operas, if it's no one talking and everyone's just
You're not
constantly
into it.
no, I'm usually not into it.
Interesting. Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
I'll go through it all together once, but at most maybe I'd revisit it in clips.
All of that said, there'll be no disparaging of Jesus Christ Superstar.
It's amazing.
I've never seen it.
Really?
That's a
oh, it's great.
wild-ass
I have
movie,
the
though.
album. I
it's
listened
worth
to
watching
it.
for
It's
sure.
great.
I've seen it.
That was
Totally, I've seen it.
that was my dad's favorite movie.
Yeah.
I've seen
I'm
versions.
like, what is your old black ass watching Jesus Christ?
Even
I love that movie.
even the couple years ago they did the televised
Oh,
one
that was
with
not
John
great.
Legend and
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
actually didn't mind it.
Oh, I
Didn't
just
mind
couldn't
at
hear
all.
it so well.
It was Sarah Bareilles and she's
I just
perfect.
like the
I do
original
like
one because it was like mad hippies and stuff.
Yeah.
It was just
It's
like,
like an anachronistic
what
thing.
is going on?
Herod's song is amazing. Superstar is amazing. I listen to that album like on a fairly regular basis.
There's exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do like Buffy the Vampire Slayer
The
musical
musical episode. It's great.
that was that was a peaks and valleys. That was a musical. They weren't
Right.
always talking in song.
I see your Buffy the Vampire Slayer musical episode and raise you Batman the Brave and the Bold musical.
The Music
that
Meister.
was good.
amazing.
Yep.
What was the villain? What's the villain? The Music Meister? Is that what's called?
I
think
forget
so.
his name.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
that was amazing.
I can look it up. I have a computer.
Neil Patrick Harris, I believe, as
That
the
was
music master.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Nice hat, Randy, says Sam C. Opening day tomorrow. Go Phils.
Go
Ring
Phils.
the bell. Sorry, had to.
You don't have to apologize.
And you know what?
No,
Good
sir.
job, Eddie Madison.
Go
You've been
Phils.
working out this week. I'm proud of you.
Indeed.
Oh, wow.
There's a Buffy podcast, says Sam
Oh, should
C.
we turn this off and listen to that?
Yeah,
You guys,
let's
cut
watch.
it.
This is now going to become a Buffy podcast react podcast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I can't believe they felt that way about that moment.
Let me tell you how I feel about how they felt about that moment.
So John, if you've seen all the John Wick movies, this is totally worth seeing. But I mean, I want them to put this on the shelf for a little while.
Yeah.
Like I think we've
Although
run a
I am
cycle.
excited to see John Wick. Yes.
Yeah, put it
I
on the
would
show.
see something that takes place in this world, like what's it called? The ballerina.
Ballerina. Yeah, sure.
I'll watch
That's
that.
fine.
Yeah.
No, only Keanu.
Well,
Only
what if he's
Keanu.
playing the ballerina?
That I'm okay.
Okay, great.
And every other character in that
And
movie.
And the cat Keanu from the movie Keanu.
Yes.
Oh, that was
underrated as
that was
hell.
That is
surprisingly
amazing.
funny. That was
That
really
movie
good.
is astounding.
That is another
Let's watch
That's
that
everybody.
next
So that's what we've been up to this week. Let's move on to the main juicy bits of our show. March Madness comic book
Yeah, let's
movies.
go, baby.
Not including Marvel and DC. This is the wrap-up episode.
Sweet 16.
This is it. This is the end of the month-long road, collectively ranking every non-Marvel or DC comic book movie. We started with a giant list of over 170 films compiled by Noel, now whittled down to the sweet 16. I didn't mean to make that creepy. Sorry.
It
Down
wasn't
to the
creepy
sweet
until you
16.
mentioned
Until you
that
stopped yourself.
and- yeah.
No, sweet 16.
Oh, that's better.
Is that better? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Only one will remain. As a reminder, this is how it will work. He will introduce the matchup, and each member of the crew will provide their pick, as well as briefly state their reasons why they didn't watch it.
I don't have to be brief.
We will go in a similar
That was
order. Order similar to a snake draft pick. Are you ready to get started?
I am.
Let's snake it.
I think
Slow
because we have an
snack.
inserted guest, we will start the snake.
With Randy.
with
Robert
Randy.
Monroe Jr. does say R.I.P. Lance Reddick. I do want to plop that up there. I watched a Funny or Die video that I'd never seen before.
It's great.
Toys R
the
Me.
manager, yeah.
Dude, he's so good in that.
Sounds funny.
All right, I'm sorry. Take it away.
No, I'm gonna start with Randy.
Also,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
me
yeah.
fucking with the camera feed. If you guys are seeing me change some things.
Nope.
Yay.
All is well. Everything's great.
I'm talking to the people at home.
No, I believe Randy's watching a basketball game.
No, I'm over here.
Randy.
Yes.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990, New Line Cinema's classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, highest grossing independent movie of all time at the time. Or Alan Moore adaptation, V for Vendetta.
Shoot.
That's easy.
Interesting.
Why is that so easy for you?
Because, man, that Turtles joint, like, I enjoyed it when I was a kid. And, like, I went back and tried to watch it, and I was like, I don't care about this
That's fair.
at all. I feel bad. Like, you know, being a part of all of this, like, stuff, I feel like you should have to have something turtle in your life that means something to you. And this ain't it.
Look,
Not it. And V for Vendetta was fucking amazing.
I firmly believe that when you grow up, you put away childish things.
Liar.
Except turtles. So, I'm
going turtles?
gonna go turtles. Oh, like, it's measuring to gorillas, but I think I want the green one.
I would pick out of that gorilla choice. I would go green.
Yeah. Beast Boy, probably.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I'm having an internal conflict, and I'm trying to decide: do I let nostalgia factor into this, or do I just go, "That's a better movie"?
I mean, I think
Or is it what will I revisit more often?
I think they're both valid ways to measure how you should win.
I think about this as more during this month. I think it's incredibly valid to say which one did I enjoy more at that time, whatever time I saw it, right? Because like progression through time is not necessarily a
Benchmark
quantity that you need. Exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
I think that's totally fair too.
yeah. The Turtles would be the one that like I enjoyed the most at the time because I was over the moon for that movie. I saw it in the theater several times, but V for Vendetta is a much better film.
How many times have you seen
Turtles
or V for Vendetta? I think I've seen V for Vendetta. I agree. It's this far on the list because it's amazing.
Yeah.
I've watched it all the way through maybe twice in the last 20 years.
I'd say 3 for me, but I've watched Turtles probably 7 or 8.
100 times.
100. I'm gonna go Turtles. I'm going Turtles.
Fantastic.
My heart tells me Turtles.
All right. Did that come out 20 years ago, V for Vendetta?
Close to.
In my
I
head,
have
Turtles came out 20 years ago.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
I'll look up the David V.
It
I think it's
hurts
like
me.
I think it's like 2007 or something like that.
Interesting.
That's
Close.
funny.
I'll tell you what, guys. The Ninja Turtles were never my favorite of the kind of thing that they were at that
Anthropomorphic
time.
animals.
No, that they probably were.
2005.
Yeah, there must be other better anthropomorphic animals.
Right?
I can't think of them now.
The black belt radioactive adolescent hamsters. Perhaps.
Yes,
Oh,
those are
yes.
amazing. Yes. So you know, but wait, who is
Battletoads.
it? Battletoads, Street Sharks, yes.
SWAT cats.
Ooh, I don't remember the SWAT cats.
Do you guys remember SWAT cats?
Were they on a SWAT team?
I remember SWAT
They had
Cats.
they had like a spaceship, man.
Really? I
You
missed
mean
this.
they weren't on a SWAT team?
It was 2 cats.
There was 2 cats.
There was only
man. They
2?
were they were like
Yeah, it was only 2. That is pretty funny.
I don't know if it'd be more.
When was the last time we've only seen 2 cats?
they were the loudest.
So what's your pick?
So anyway, of that era of things, you know, like Transformers or whatever, Turtles was my favorite. But I did like it a lot. And V for Vendetta is a great movie, but I'm going to go Turtles.
I can't believe this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it's the OG. That's what's making this so hard. I bet you if it was literally any other spin-off.
Oh,
Is it all coming down to me?
Yeah.
No.
Well, no.
No. Your answer
opinion
comes
doesn't
down to
matter
you.
in the
Yeah,
slightest
yeah,
in this
you're,
movie.
I don't understand.
We've
Okay.
already got
who
3
said
against
Turtles?
1.
3-1.
All 3 of us said Turtles.
Oh, I was going to say Turtles too.
Oh, yay!
Oh dear God.
This is. I mean, hey, this is the.
V for Vendetta is a great movie.
It's so
I
good.
love that movie.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And she's so good in it.
I'm all about a
Yes.
hero and a half shell.
Yeah.
Turtle Power?
Terry.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna start the next round with you.
You betcha.
Hellboy, 2004, Guillermo del Toro, starring Ron Perlman and
Other folks.
Fish Guy,
Doug Jones
Thank you,
and
Doug Jones.
what's his name?
Selma Blair,
Selma Blair.
Who did the voice from Frasier?
David Hyde Pierce.
David I. Pierce. They did that
Only
together.
did it for the first movie.
DHP.
Right.
Hellboy,
Uh-huh.
Or
Atomic Blonde.
Hellboy. Shit. I like Hellboy a lot more than Atomic Blonde. I think from certainly just from like a cinematographer standpoint, I really like the paints that Del Toro is using a little bit more. Whereas I felt the Atomic Blonde, I don't remember anything standing out to me artistically from the shooting. So I would go Hellboy.
Cool. It really crossed my mind to see Atomic Blonde this weekend, and then when I wasn't doing that, I thought that crossed my mind too. the fact I really took note of the fact that I wasn't watching it.
I thought about it, and then I thought about how I thought about it and didn't do it.
And instead he just listened to the Buffy podcast.
This was that's what happened. This was last night, and I was like, oh man, I'm not watching it tonight either. or maybe it was Sunday.
Nice.
Anyway, but Hellboy was really good, and I feel like I probably would have voted Hellboy anyway, as I am doing now.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, viewers out there, if you're so inclined, and you can you can email us at cultpopgo@gmail.com and send us the timestamps for every time Brian has not seen the movie. I would like to make a supercut of that, so
That'd be
I need a
cool.
little help.
Yes.
I'm going with Atomic Blonde because in the way I like the John Wick of it. It's the whole action sequences and all that sort of stuff, and it certainly has more plot than I think the John Wickings. So I'm going to go Atomic Blonde, even though it's a charming film. But if this was like Atomic Blonde versus Hellboy 2, different matter. Go.
Oh man, I want to have a conversation about John Wick and plot right now. I'm just gonna be Hellboy.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Randy.
Most definitely Hellboy.
Nice.
I love that movie.
Hellboy advances.
It's one of those things where, like, I get it. I get why everybody made their votes that way.
Hellboy advances. The next matchup we have, Randy, starting with you, is Josie and the Pussycats. The classic.
I can't believe that it's made it this far.
It may not.
I hear it's really good.
It may not make it past Dick Tracy.
Forget it. Dick Tracy all day.
That's a movie I meant to rewatch this week.
Yeah.
Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
I am for a lot of the same reasons as we've chosen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990. I'm going to go with Dick Tracy as well.
Who did it?
I'm going. All right, because of that, I'm going Dick Tracy.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like all sweated and he's drinking water next to him.
I
Mumbles.
don't remember that part as well as you do.
It's literally the climax. It might as well be the climax of the whole fucking movie. All the car chases and the Tommy guns.
Yeah.
Who
No, forget it.
cares?
Yeah.
It ended when he pulled the tape out and slowed it down. Big boy did it.
Big boy did it. Big boy did it.
He did it.
Sorry.
That was the Kaiser Soze moment.
Right.
Kaiser Soze. Go.
Did he say his own name like that?
No. This is the Armenian guy who's half burnt. Kaiser Soze.
He does say that. So I haven't seen Joseph and the Pussycats. That looks pretty cool too.
Say Joseph and the Pussycats.
Joseph and
And the Technicolor Pussycats.
It sounded like Joseph, right?
I like the sound of that.
Since we have legions of fans, can somebody just illustrate Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Pussycats?
Yeah, that would be awesome. And then write a musical surrounding that idea.
I'm envisioning a Roy G. Biv colored row of cats just following Joe around. But you do you.
They don't have to be house cat sized cats, I feel, right? Is everybody comfortable with that? Long, tall, and thin?
The rainbow of possibilities in regards to the size, shape, gender, whatever of these kittens.
Oh,
Make
looks
it
like
sound-
Sam's
You
going
get
to
to
do
pick
it.
the Joe.
Sam's
Whatever
gonna do it.
Joe you want.
Watercolor that for me. Thank you. Bye.
Fantastic.
Whatever Joe you want. Joe Lewis,
Yeah,
Joe
Joe.
Montana, whatever.
Joe Montana being followed by 7
Technicolor.
colorful
Yes.
cats.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
Or Joe Esterhaus.
Whatever.
Nobody knows what he looks like. It's
I
great.
don't even know who he is.
He's the director of Showgirls.
Cool. Okay. Cool.
No, the writer of Showgirls.
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't know what most writers look like. Dick Tracy
Weird white guy.
is my vote.
Is that what we're doing? Yeah, Dick Tracy versus Josie. It's been so long. I kind of forgot the options.
We said the Pussycats so
I'm going
many
to go with
times.
that big dick.
Big Dick. Wait, hang on. Wait, I'm missing one vote. Everybody voted Dick Tracy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We all voted Dick Tracy.
Huge unanimous.
All right, Dick
Yeah, that's
Tracy.
just an unfortunate matchup for Josie and the Pussycats.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's a good film.
Speaking of another
Hell of a
unfortunate
soundtrack.
matchup,
Here we go.
What is it?
Sin City.
Oh.
Robert Rodriguez is Sin City. And Quentin Tarantino is Sin City. And Frank Miller. Or Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
No.
Oh, that's a tough one.
This
That's
is
easy
hard.
for me. That's easy for me.
Ditto.
This is hard for me.
It's flaccid for me.
DGA refusing hero.
Yeah,
Robert
that's
Rodriguez.
such a badass moment in time.
That's what I want to say.
That being said, I think Scott Pilgrim's going to take this whole thing. So I'm going to go Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, you're gonna help it get there.
That's right.
I'll tell you what.
I've never seen either.
Love Sin City. Yeah, I had seen them last week, and I undid that. Now I've no longer seen those movies.
Control Z.
I immediately took Rohypnol after watching both movies, and I don't remember where I
I
am.
don't know. I don't know what happened in either film. Sin City is an amazing movie. I love it. I love so many aspects of it that we have discussed before. Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, you don't always say the one you're going to vote for first.
No, I'm sorry. I got
Trying to figure out how
Rohypnol
works.
I was trying
not like
to
that.
think.
I don't think.
It's not a
forget-
time release thing. It's just like a
No.
Yeah, certainly it's not a back in time release thing.
I got lost in Arrested Development's
Yes,
reference to
that is yes.
Forget Me Now.
Forget Me Nows
Yeah,
are
which
in
does-
fact that.
Which does work after the fact.
No, Forget Me Nows are Rohypnol
Yeah,
that
he's
just don't work the
He's just an idiot.
right.
yeah,
That's what he calls
right.
it. Yeah.
Sorry.
So that's a great show. Let's put that in this.
Yeah, let's watch. Is there an Arrested Development podcast we could be listening to?
I'm going to put you down for
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim. It's just such a great movie. It's so fun. It's so well made.
Yeah, man. Scott Pilgrim all the way.
God,
Yeah.
that answer brought to you by date rape.
Yeah.
Why would you go so long on that?
Okay, so I heard I
What?
literally I made the joke, not knowing that it just not that it.
You didn't know it had legs.
No, I didn't think the joke was inappropriate. I just like.
So
I
many
don't
legs.
really know how it works, and then I literally heard his brain trying to figure it out, and I was like, "Nah, you know what? I think we both fucked up. Just it's fine."
Okay.
So many legs. Giant Lord of the Rings
Scott
spider
Pilgrim versus
legs.
the World is what I'm going to vote for because I
Yay!
honestly think it's a perfect movie.
Oh, it's so good.
Really good.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it out
Michael
loud,
Cera's
Terry, but
best
I was
work.
curious to see if this would sweep the whole
I
thing.
think it's I personally it was mine. Like I looked at this last week
I
and I
think
was
it's probably going to be
I
mine.
want to do this too.
What did Randy do? Scott?
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim.
Michael Cera's best work, man.
Scott Pilgrim
I can't do it as
advances.
loud.
Randy,
Yo,
What were we trying to do?
the next
from me.
matchup,
give it to me.
Men in Black, the original Men in Black,
Yeah.
Very good.
or The Rocketeer.
Also very good.
That's a tough one.
I gotta go Men in Black.
They're all going to be tough
I
ones
gotta
at this
go
I know.
point.
Men in
Yeah,
Black.
there's gonna be
Not the ones I haven't seen.
I love the
Randy's
shit out of
going Men in
Rocketeer.
Black.
Men in Black was my joint, man. That was my thing.
Yeah.
Any reason why?
Because Will was amazing in that.
Yes.
That was his prime.
Him
That's the
and
peak of his
Tommy
powers,
Lee
yeah.
Jones together was so their chemistry in that movie
It's really
Yeah.
good.
perfection. It was Lethal Weapon good.
Yeah.
And it's funny you say that. It is a beautiful archetype. Like it's a classic archetype,
Yeah.
and those two did it really
They
well.
did it
Yeah, man.
amazingly well.
No one has mentioned his song in all the times that we've been talking about. And
Dude,
I like the song.
I liked that era where he was doing songs for. You say it sucks.
That song's trash.
You don't like the
I
song?
enjoy
Actually,
it.
I
enjoy it.
like
He
the.
describes who and what they are.
I like
You guys that dress
the.
in black, remember that in case we
Actually-
ever face to face and make contact.
Oh, wow.
I actually like the Wild West song a little bit.
Yeah,
better.
me too.
Oh, I like the Wild Wild West
Me
song.
too.
I
No
also
better
like that
than the Men
movie.
in Black one, just because I like the sample.
So Men in Black.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Men in Black. The Rocketeer I think is one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite movies, but Men in Black it's got such sticking power.
Yeah, man.
It is. Men in Black has had, in my opinion, 3 awful sequels, or middling to awful sequels, and it still hasn't at all buffed, hurt the shine of the original.
Facts.
Oh, that's a
Good
good
point.
fact.
Good point.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It is still viable as a property, even though they continue to.
To poop the bed on it.
Yeah.
Oh man. I knew I was gonna go next, and I still don't have the answer. I
It's the
really
snake
like the
thing.
Rocketeer, but I think Will's gonna take it.
Okay.
Men in Black.
All the way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ronnie Strike is joining us. Howdy, folks.
Hey.
I like how Mechagodzilla is caressing the back of your neck, JD.
I bet he likes
He's
it too.
giving me a little tickle.
Yeah.
He also says, Scott Pilgrim. So yeah.
I'll tell you, I think I mentioned before I had the Men in Black sunglasses when they came out.
Were
I
they
thought they were awesome.
expensive?
They were.
I figured.
And I was in high
Ray-Bans.
school.
Ray-Bans.
And
Yeah,
I don't know how
never
I got them.
afforded
But,
Ray-Bans.
they were awesome. JD, you're really missing out.
Damn it.
It's amazing. Such an experience.
Give me one of yours.
One of his. All right, that's nice. I'll tell you what, I really wanted that watch, that triangular watch.
Yeah,
that was
fire.
very expensive.
$600.
Yeah.
I looked it up.
I don't know how I got the $100 sunglasses because I was like a junior in high school at
They're
the time.
$150 now.
Oh,
Same exact.
the
Same
sunglasses?
exact Wayfarers. Yeah, $150.
oh, interesting. I just got new sunglasses. They're really nice.
I kind of wanted one of those. What's it called? A Forget
The
Me
memory
Now?
eraser thing. Yeah, I kind of wanted.
come on.
the sci-fi tech as well.
Are we getting back to
Neuralizer,
this?
guys.
Hey, you know,
Robot Rohypnol.
Robotinol.
oh, it sounds like it only works on robots.
Sounds like Sonic the Hedgehog's enemy.
It's something Bender uses.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Robotinol?
Yeah.
So we're making Bender date rape jokes?
Yeah.
Yes, that's where we're at
Jesus
now.
Christ.
I'm sorry. What was your answer?
So, I think I'm gonna go. Oh, I love Men in Black. I think I'm gonna go Rocketeer. It also doesn't matter really,
Good.
No.
but
Good.
I want to
Good
put that
job.
in there. I love the aesthetic.
Yeah.
That is one of my main looks that I like a lot. You know, the
You're always
Art
walking around in
Deco
that jacket with the
Yeah,
backpack.
and that helmet.
The helmet.
Yeah.
Double-breasted, many buttons. That's your
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, like Art Deco
Yeah.
clothing.
For sure.
and shit, you know.
Shoulder
and
pads.
I have not seen that movie in so long. I just remember. I don't really remember the plot of the movie. I remember really liking that movie.
He fights Hollywood Nazis.
Yeah. So that's
Hollywood Nazis.
Yeah.
Hollywood Nazis.
I like Hollywood, and I don't care for the Nazi idea.
Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah.
I was going to go Rocketeer. I kind of wish that I led this one off because it would have veered
I don't
much
think so.
differently for
Yeah.
the viewers. No, I mean, because there would have been build-up. But yeah, I would go Rocketeer and,
Ronnie Strike
Jennifer
says,
Connelly in
although
Rocketeer.
Yes.
Jennifer Connelly in
true.
Rocketeer.
Betty.
You right.
Yes.
You right.
But I have a reason.
I like
will
those.
always go classic cinema over pop culture-y film every time. I think The Rocketeer is a classic film as opposed to a movie. You know, and that's always an easy direction for me to go of like, you know, I'm thinking of, you know, Casablanca versus You've Got Mail. It's the same kind of argument. As one is like this deep love story, and the other one is, but it's a little more kitschy and a little more modern era kind of.
Popcorny.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
sure.
that's why I would go Rocketeer.
I
Not
just
a
saw you
knock.
come
It's
now.
just definitely I will always veer towards
You
like
want to
a
make
well put
America
together
great
film.
again, is what you're saying.
And
First,
But it always was.
to stay on that point in no way that actually matters, the next
Phantom.
vote is
Oh, I'm sorry,
between
Gilly.
Watchmen
Oh.
Okay.
or Hellboy 2: The Golden Army.
Oh, that is much more difficult.
Oh.
I have to go with Watchmen. I enjoyed Watchmen more on the original viewing for sure of it. There's a special place in my heart for the intro scene of Hellboy 2. There is the monster that turns into like a beautiful flower arrangement thing that I remember was visually arresting at the time. I remember seeing it in theaters.
went
Just
to
how
jail.
big it is in the scope.
Visual jail.
The market, the creature market.
Oh, the creature market is amazing.
That was awesome.
The whole Golden Army was just dope. Like
Yeah.
those giant steampunk like it's just a movie with style up the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I picked the other one.
You
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
did.
What was the other one?
Watchmen also has style out the ass. Just
That's
you
true, different kind of style,
a different
but out the
style.
ass.
Yeah, it's very stylistic.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Again, this is one of those movies where if the internet didn't exist, I wouldn't know people didn't think it was amazing.
Watchmen.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas, so it's one of those movies that I really loved. I remember talking about it for a long time after leaving the theater with the friends that I went to see it with, and it was like I'm using the word appointment viewing, but like it asked to be seen, if that makes sense. Now, Hellboy 2 did as well, but there was just something about Watchmen that made me feel like I need to watch this. This is important. I need to give it my full attention. So love everything Del Toro did. I love Del Toro as a filmmaker. I'm so happy that he won the Oscar for Pinocchio. But in this situation, I prefer Watchmen.
Okay.
Hellboy 2, even better than Hellboy 1, I felt, right?
yeah.
The rare, ish kind of thing. The Watchmen aesthetic was amazing. It was such an excellent adaptation of the comic, and I love a good, basically omnipotent character with time stuff going on. That stuff is great, and all the choreography and the look of it was phenomenal. Hellboy 2 is very surreal. I love surrealism, and I think I'm gonna go Hellboy 2.
Oh, that shocks me, man.
Shocks you?
I'm shocked.
You went Hellboy 2?
Yeah.
I went Hellboy 2.
Man, you are tricky.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. He's like rocking a rhyme.
Yep. I'm like
Only
that.
one person here gets.
Whoa, I got it.
Okay.
I didn't get it.
It landed like a fart. But you like the metaphysical stuff and all the doctor. You seem very doctor. You remind me a little bit of Dr. Manhattan.
Thank you.
I wouldn't say thank you to that.
Okay. Well, that's why you're not reminding people of Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So it's my turn. I'm gonna go. I'm just, as much as I am not into his DC universe stuff, I'm gonna go Watchmen.
Cool.
I have revisited that movie. I liked that movie so much at the time that I went and bought the 8-hour deluxe edition nonsense version of that, where like they edit back in the animated Black Freighter. They all the deleted scenes, like all the little kid and the guy at the newsstand. All of those scenes.
Hollis stuff too, right?
All the Hollis stuff.
Quick question.
Yes.
Watchmen is DC.
Correct.
Why is it
I
on
know.
this
I'm
list?
sorry. The DCEU.
No, why is it on this list?
Oh yeah,
It's
some
a DC movie.
Well, yeah,
Hey,
but
wait a
It's not part of the
Hold on.
DCEU.
It was published as DC.
No, it was. Oh yeah, it was.
published as DC.
All right, well, you're gonna break the paradigm now. It got lumped in with all the Vertigo stuff. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You should be.
If it wins. Yeah.
Let's start with
Null and void,
back
guys.
to
No,
part one.
I'm so sorry to derail it like that, but I was just like,
No,
Oh,
makes
so
sense.
I mean, you can say the same thing about V for Vendetta at this point.
Do we
Yeah,
even
V for
have?
Vendetta was
Oh
with
yeah,
DC
V for
too.
Vendetta.
it was
Also,
published as DC.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was DC.
also DC.
I think hang on. They own the rights.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Non-mainstream.
I don't have to kill the
Anyway,
show.
I'm going Watchmen.
Cool.
I actually I like that movie quite a bit.
I'm going Hellboy 2 because as much as everything you guys are saying about Watchmen,
R.I.P.D..
I agree. Watchmen is a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
It's a respectful adaptation, and I think it adds to the book. Not better, just adds to it, which is something that adaptations don't normally do.
I love that.
They usually reduce. But Hellboy 2 is superior than the original, or than the first movie. It expanded from the books and the property in some of the most imaginative and crowd-pleasing ways. And it ended on such an amazing action sequence that was just original and insane. And where they leave the characters, of course, it's never been picked up or reconciled. But where they leave the characters too is just such an exciting place. I think it's an A+ movie. I'm gonna go with Hellboy 2.
I was amazed that they never got around to Hellboy 3. Because everyone I've talked to, Hellboy 2 is better than Hellboy 1.
Yeah.
And,
I think I remember in an interview, it was just that Perlman was saying he's getting old.
oh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's
money.
why he was trying to get it made. There was like a gap. There was like 4 years where he was trying to get it made.
Oh.
And literally saying, I'm 60.
Yeah.
I'm 60.
Just like that.
It comes down to me, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know
Oh,
what you're.
great.
I think I know what you're gonna say though.
I
So.
don't.
You know what I'm gonna say. I'm going Watchmen, dude.
All right.
I love that movie to death. And the thing that makes me laugh about that movie is that, like, everybody and maybe this is just me encountering these types of people, like all of these amazing like Snyder haters. Love everything Watchmen related. Like if it was Alan Moore's ball sack, they're like, oh, it's Alan Moore, so it's automatically amazing. But because Zack Snyder's name is on this movie, there's like this weird degree of hatred for it. And I think he did an amazing job of creating very, very much from the book this movie. And I don't. Like you were saying, like if it weren't for the internet, I would have no idea why people don't like this movie.
Yeah, and I think what you're describing is recent. I don't think it came into play when it came out.
I just looked
you know?
it up. The review, like the Rotten Tomato score is close to 80%,
nice.
7.5 Metacritic. Like it was a
People liked
well-reviewed
it.
movie and it made money. Now, I think I am not a giant fan of Zack Snyder, but it's for very specific narrative reasons. It's not because like, oh fuck him, you did this stuff. No, it's because I just don't like his choices. Yeah. One of the choices that was very much his in the Watchmen movie that I don't like was the sex scene. Using Jeff, not Jeff Blake. I'm sorry. Using Hallelujah during a prolonged
that was
tantric
comedic.
Sex scene
That
was a
comedic.
joke compared to the rest of the movie. So and that was like an explicit choice of his.
I took it as a joke, as an intentional joke.
But juxtaposed with the rest of the movie,
where there are no jokes.
It was
Unless the joke
jarring.
about Pagliacci the clown.
It was jarring. So it's just like it's things like that where it's like the movie is slavishly wonderful, but then you've got the very, very seemingly very Zack Snyder things in there. It's like okay, but at the same token, the opening credit sequence that's all him and it's amazing.
So
it's
good.
amazing.
So good.
Yeah,
really
so it's
good.
like I don't know. It's like he is so good when he's working from other people's material.
And by the way, the intro before the credit
cold open?
sequence is amazing.
Oh,
The cold open's
Like,
awesome
it's
too.
directed, shot beautifully, acted well. It's
Wait,
I could just watch that.
Which of those things is the comedian?
The cold
That's
open.
the cold
That's
open.
called, okay, right.
And
Yeah,
then we
that is
get the
amazing.
credits, the slow-mo credits.
Yes, yes.
Times
Because
they
it
are
comes
changing.
out of the.
Yeah.
Watchmen advances, guys.
Nice.
Cool, sir.
Watchmen
Love it.
advances.
Cool. Nature.
And you know what? Because we haven't talked about it enough, let's stay on Hellboy. Hellboy 2019.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Hellboy 2 was the first Hellboy that didn't advance. Hellboy 2019 or Mystery Men.
Hellboy.
Hellboy 2019.
Hellboy
That was
2019.
my joint.
What was the second
I
one?
loved Hellboy 2019.
Mystery Men.
Man.
You did?
Loved the hell out of that movie.
Oh man,
That
You
thing
should
was-
revisit
I will
it.
say I haven't seen it.
It's good.
It's good.
I skipped it on your recommendation. Actually, I asked you, should I do this or not?
I mean, I like it.
Really?
Why'd you tell us not to watch it?
Yeah, it's a dope flick.
He didn't
Because
want.
he didn't want
doesn't
me to
like Terry
experience good
enjoy
things.
it.
I was.
This joy would be mine alone.
I was anti-Terry. I don't
makes
know.
sense. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Mystery Men because I adore this movie, and when I think about it, I laugh, and then I rewatch it and I laugh again.
I'm
I love
also
this
going
movie.
Mystery Men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have only seen Mystery Men of these two, but I love Mystery Men, and I think I absolutely would still have voted Mystery Men. Mystery Men.
Yeah, Hellboy 2019 is I've revisited recently too, and I think it's solid.
It is. I didn't understand all the hate. Like I went into it
Yeah.
knowing about all the hate, and I watched it, and I kept waiting to hate it. And I was
Exactly.
like, "This is great. I'm really enjoying this." I mean, it's lacking some of the visual panache of Guillermo del Toro, but it's a different John.
Yeah, that's Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't.
Damn internet.
Yeah, right.
Well, really, I didn't watch the movie because the internet and no.
It's on HBO.
And no.
It's on HBO Max.
I watched it
really?
tonight.
Yeah.
I watched it tonight.
The internet knows.
I mean,
Wait, Mystery Men is the
Only Ben Stiller movie.
that Robert Monroe Jr. likes. Really?
hey, I don't blame you. I'm not a giant fan of Ben Stiller. His
What about
movies.
Singles?
Meet the Fockers?
That's fine.
Yeah, it's a good
I
movie.
hate Meet the Fockers.
Yo, the first John?
Fucking hate Meet the Parents.
I just saw that for the first time.
It's
It's
really
funny,
bad.
And chill. Hate the whole franchise. I hate it.
But the thing that bothers me about that franchise is it's one of those things where like he makes the dumbest decisions at any point, and it's just I find it frustrating.
And the
not funny.
entire movie could be diffused if one person just says,
had an adult conversation.
hate it, hate it.
What was the John with him and Ed Norton? And
Leap of Faith.
Leap of Faith.
Yeah,
that was solid.
Leap of Faith was my shit.
That was solid.
That's a great movie.
But I wouldn't
saw
call
it,
it
but I
like
don't
a
remember.
Ben
was
Kristen, a rabbi, and Charlize Theron is in it as well, right?
No, it's
it's not Charlize.
Oh,
Jenna
Jenna
Elfman.
Elfman.
Jenna Elfman.
I never saw it.
What are you voting?
Oh yeah, hi.
Oh, I don't like Mystery Men, so I'm going with
Hellboy 2019?
Hellboy.
Okay.
Well, your
Mystery
vote
Men
is
still wins.
recorded and does not affect the total.
Yeah, your vote is recorded, but it means shit.
Also, we didn't record it, except this.
He recorded it.
The last matchup of this round,
Oh.
Men in Black 2
It's gonna be the
or
other one. I bet.
Leave Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh, ouch.
Oh.
How did both of
That
those
was
get this
tricky.
far?
Wait, whoa.
Because you guys are
Men in
assholes.
Black 2 is a good movie.
It's
It's,
fine.
you
it's,
guys.
it's good. Not
Okay.
not
Yeah,
where it is.
you know how
Okay.
this. You know how this happened. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was against random acts of violence, and no one's fucking seen that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you guys were incredibly cruel
Yeah.
You're welcome.
to Judge Dredd
Okay.
and Men in Black Advanced.
That makes sense.
Did Dredd not advance?
I mean, it got knocked out.
I
Dredd
think it
got
would be
knocked
interesting
out.
to do this same thing.
Dredd
same
got knocked out
movies,
again by
Again, in
Dick
different
Tracy.
matchups.
And like, you having seen them?
That would be great. Sounds like a large time commitment.
Men in Black 2 or League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
I'm going to go Men in Black 2. I'm going to go Men in Black 2 because they expanded the lore of the first in a good way. So the reason LXG made it is because a lot of us said that movie inspired us to then read the comic. I think Men in Black 2 maybe made me more interested to continue watching the cartoon series. I think I just had I really just had some actor qualms.
Yeah, it's really good.
What?
Oh yeah, it was in the WB animation style. It was like very reminiscent of Batman the Animated Series
And
in
at
that
one
era.
point they go
It was
see
really
Men in
good.
Black, and the movie in the cartoon is animated in the likeness of Will Smith.
Fun.
Which is pretty cool because the regular
cool.
character doesn't look like him at
Oh,
all.
that's neat.
Yeah, that was really cool. Great show.
I never saw it.
But yeah, I'm gonna go Men in Black 2 because I think my main qualms with that movie are actors. Like, I think you recast that movie.
Oh,
and I'm
we
good
talked
to
about this
go.
last time. You were on the show when this like was
Yeah,
going
because
through.
like get Knoxville out of
villains,
there.
Knoxville and Larry Flynn Boyle.
Larry Flynn Boyle.
Actually, I think it's
Wonder
Larry
Woman.
Flynn Boyle over John. Knoxville is kind of cool with the little snake double head.
It takes
on
me
his
out of
back.
the movie though.
Yeah.
I think it was too close to Jackass for me
Yeah.
to like.
Wait, who was Johnny? Oh yeah,
He was the henchman, the main henchman. Yeah.
Okay.
Not enough Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah, fact.
I'm good.
Hmm.
It's for every movie.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. I was
like,
watching
oh,
V for
I don't-
Vendetta. I was like, what's
I-
this?
I always
like
have my
saying
Shalhoubometer.
Yeah, it's like saying I don't breathe enough. Like it's just, it's fine.
Exactly. I love wings.
Go on.
Like
Thank you.
the
I
chicken
agree,
wings.
Yeah, just in general, the show is fine. I'll tell you what, I like Men in Black 2 a lot. I don't clearly remember the plot right now, but I like
They were
it
trying
a
to get
great deal.
No, I guess that was the first one. They were trying to get a star of some sort.
No, that was the first one.
Star.
She's
that
the
the first one?
star.
No, the first one is a little galaxy.
Yeah. Like on the
Galaxy's
neck
The
of the
second one was
Orion's
the two races
Color.
star.
Yeah.
Well
Yeah.
done.
Nicely
Yeah.
done.
I totally forgot. That is the best performance.
Yeah.
of an animatronic. Or
Yeah. That was
Who
awesome.
is that? It's Kingpin, right?
Vincent D'Onofrio?
Vincent
D'Onofrio,
D'Onofrio.
yeah.
That was
Really?
him. That was
Yeah.
the guy in the
No,
the
not
Egger
what
suit.
Steve's
No, he's talking
about.
about the
I'm talking about the little
The guy
alien
that
in the
is
guy's
in.
head.
Oh,
Right,
they were
right.
doing
Opens
Egger
up and he's
suit.
a little pilot and he's got a big old head.
Oh, so that's not the movie we're talking about.
No.
Oh yeah, Men in
No,
Black.
it's not.
But
That precedes it.
in addition to voting for Men in Black 2 anyway, I am happy to vote for that, having not voted for the first Men in Black. So Men in Black 2.
Oh, so it's a pity vote.
No, I made this very clear.
He said he saw it.
It's
and
very
he liked it.
clear. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was fine. It was a cool movie, but I really like Men in Black 2.
Go
I've
on.
had my share of pity votes. I'm going to go Men in Black 2 as well because I've never made it through League of Extraordinary Gentlemen or LXG as they like to say.
But you tried, unlike me.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
vote.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna vote LXG.
Oh,
Because it's such a trash movie, but like in a really fun ass way. It's dumb. Like we talked about it last time. Agent Tom Sawyer in Captain Nemo's hot rod driving through Venice, the streets of Venice. While it's tumbling because there's earthquakes underneath the water. It's the stupidest movie.
you cannot get that
But it's
far
so
on the streets
dumb.
of Venice,
it's
right?
so
Isn't there?
fun. No, there are no streets in Venice.
Yeah.
That's what's so great
All
about
right.
it.
That's the gag.
I mean, they have bridges, I guess.
It is. I don't know. It's an escalated, exaggerated movie that I think it's so bad it's fun to
It
watch.
makes me. You saying this makes me want to watch it.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
And Men in Black 2, I think, for me, I'm more judgmental. I don't know if it's the right word. Critical of movies that are mediocre to me. I almost feel like I'm more offended or hurt by movies that are like just barely there, or like almost good.
Like could have been good if they'd done something different.
Yeah, like we talk, like if the whole conversation is, oh, I wish it was like this and like this, or if it had just a little bit of this, that almost upsets me more. And for me, Men in Black 2 kind of falls in there, where it's like it's all the same beats of the first one, which is like cool, but the bad guys are a little off. The action's a little just okay. It was forgettable.
Yeah.
Wait, which one do they bring Tommy Lee Jones's K's memory back?
Second one.
In the second one.
And then the third one, he's barely there.
It was cool.
Because it's the past.
The third one,
sure.
go back in time.
And
I thought that was really fun. Was it Men in
You
Black
guys
I
3?
didn't see the third one.
Men in Black 3, it is the most, Men in Black 3 is the most infuriating, ignorant use of time travel.
Oh.
It made no fucking sense.
And it's not on this list.
It didn't make it that far.
Yeah.
It got knocked out. Anyway, I'm going to go with League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, even though I know that it can't win.
Men in Black 2 had Michael Jackson and Rosario Dawson in it.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
Rosario Dawson was in Men in Black 2?
Yeah, she's literally like the
She's
third
the
lead.
star.
See? It's a forgettable movie, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. And it will be knocked off this list eventually.
Yeah.
No
Eventually.
question.
But not now.
All right, we're moving into the semi-final. No, wait,
The
sorry.
Elite Eight.
Dane Z says
Elite Eight.
LXG is along the lines of the Van Helsing movie with Hugh Jackman.
Yes,
I
it
love
is.
Van Helsing.
I love that movie too.
I hate that movie.
Oh my
I was
God.
mad at that movie.
I love the shit out of that movie.
I love that
If
movie.
it's on, I'm like, all right,
It's-
this dude's got a Gatling crossbow.
It's Vampire
Why not?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Give it to me.
We were talking about the Men in Black song that Will Smith had done, which I did quite like. Nod Your Head for Men in Black 2 was trash.
The black suit's coming.
Let me see you get it.
Nod your head.
Anyway,
All right, we got to move on.
let's nod our head towards the next round.
Yes.
Ew.
Randy,
Yes.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990,
Yes.
or this little flicky called Hellboy 2004.
Easy. Hellboy. Easy.
I'm gonna go Hellboy also. This is where the facade cracks.
Shit gets real.
Wow.
It's I have nostalgia for both. Hellboy's a better film.
Yeah.
This is Hellboy 1,
One.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
This is the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
First Turtles, first
1990.
Hellboy.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
All right.
Yes.
Oh shit! Tiebreaker, Terry.
Here it is, Terry. Tiebreaker, Terry.
The Tiebreaker.
Not even a thought. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh.
You got it.
I like that.
I
No
think it's a
thoughts.
better movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it when he
Advances.
I think it's a better movie.
Racism.
Against which?
Red.
Whom? Oh.
Demons.
Yeah.
Demon spawns.
Hellboy Advances.
They
Oh, I'm sorry.
should've-
Teenage Mutant.
He almost had
It's
it.
like I don't even matter.
Turtles advances to the final
Speaking
four.
of votes that don't matter, Dick Tracy
Yep.
or Scott Pilgrim.
Oh. Yes.
Holy moly. That's a little harder for me than I. Scott Pilgrim. And I'll tell you why. Dick Tracy is one story. Scott Pilgrim does the unenviable task of essentially combining multiple volumes
Six.
of a comic series into a movie by making pretty much 6 little movies within one big movie. And I think that is such a tightrope act. And then Edgar Wright is just a killer of a
Eggleston.
filmmaker. He's unbelievable. And I think that's the movie where all his powers are on display.
I agree.
Yeah, Dick Tracy did something that at that time I don't think I'd ever seen done before, and I loved it. You know, doing a very comic book on screen kind of thing.
Having a sexy Madonna.
Yes, which I may or may not have seen before that. I don't remember what I'd seen at that time.
It was new for her to be sexy.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's nice that she was able to
Yeah.
go out in that way. Scott Pilgrim also really brought its comic to the screen. I never read it, or not much of it. There's so many good lines. There's so many good concepts in Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
I know of him and all the.
I know of him.
So great. Such an enjoyable movie, Scott Pilgrim.
Next time, I'll be deadly serious. Next time. What? Nothing. Yeah, man, it's a perfect film. Scott Pilgrim. There's nothing wasted in Scott Pilgrim. It is a miraculous masterpiece. A masterpiece.
Oh, wow. Did you
Robert,
see that?
no, that's not true. Robert Monroe Jr. said that Scott Pilgrim was released before the comic series ended. That's incorrect. Actually, the 6th volume came out about a month before the movie dropped.
You know what it was though? It was finished before the final
movie was
volume.
finished.
movie was
yeah.
finished.
But it
Like, the
didn't
movie
come, like
was-
they made special kind of. They rushed the book to make sure that it was
He
out.
had to get an assistant to do the backgrounds for him.
I
Is that right?
literally,
Yeah.
I literally read the book before the movie, all 6 of them. Yeah, so
I went to the midnight release at Brave New Worlds in Philly, downtown Philly. They opened up at midnight. Yeah, and I went and grabbed it.
This is. I'm looking at the budget. It was a $60 to $85 million budget. That is. How did he do that? How did he make it look the way he looked and
It's his
act the way
best
he acted
film,
with
too,
that
yeah.
little of a budget?
Scott
My
Pilgrim is a
God.
perfect movie and a perfect adaptation. I think it's going to win this whole fucking thing. Voting for Scott Pilgrim.
Go.
Where you at? Where you at?
Dick Tracy.
That's it.
I love that movie. I love that movie.
It's a good movie.
I want to rewatch that.
Fire-ass Dick
Is it?
Tracy.
Is it? It's probably not streaming anywhere, is it?
I don't know.
I would love to revisit that.
He seems to keep a tight
Yeah.
rein on
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim Advances.
Dum dum dum.
Men in Black, the original, or Watchmen, the adaptation.
Oh.
Fudge buckets.
True.
This is a Randy versus Randy vote. Pick your favorite.
Stroking his non-existent beard.
I mean, there's
It's
something.
pretty
Non-existent.
beardy, buddy.
It's,
It exists.
Yeah.
It goes out past your nose. It's good. It's good beard.
Shit. That is tough.
Do you want us to make cases for
Men in
you?
Black or Watchmen.
Well put.
Thank you. The choices are
Watch Men in Black.
Nothing helps you think better than the Jeopardy theme song.
Yeah, right?
Just pulled off the
And it's locked up. I'm going Men in Black.
Hey.
I'm going Men in Black.
Yeah.
I am also going Men in Black.
That chemistry, man.
I'm going Watchmen.
Will and
You're going
Tommy,
Watchmen?
man.
Oh, that's good
That
chemistry.
Will and Tommy chemistry is
Yeah.
just...
Watchmen for me.
Now, I didn't vote for either of these, but they both won. I love both of them. Men in Black is just, I don't know, it's
He's going the
Terrible.
other way.
better. It's more.
Oh.
it's not-
I bet he's
I'm
going
voting
the
for
other
Men in
way.
Black.
Okay, I wasn't sure where you're headed.
I would go Watchmen in this.
Interesting. Interesting.
But this is nice. We're in a knife fight here, guys.
It's a split
Here we
vote.
go.
Men in Black Advances.
Amok time.
Speaking of Men in Black, Terry, it's up against your favorite movie, Mystery Men.
Oh.
Men in Black 2. Mystery
I'm
Men.
going to look too.
Men in Black 2. I don't care for Mystery Men. I didn't have fun watching it. I was bored. I will rewatch it and maybe do a commentary track.
Oh, hate it.
Looking forward to it.
This is stupid. I hate it.
And I remember the scenes.
Lame.
I remember
Lame.
the scenes.
Lame.
And again, it had that
Unfunny.
hot girl that only worked in the 90s, and I want to know where she went.
Janine
Oh,
Garofalo?
Claire Forlani.
Janine Garofalo.
I used to have a crush on Janine
Hang on.
Garofalo, for real.
It's. Are you talking about Claire
She was
Forlani?
hilarious.
She was Ben Stiller's.
Yes.
Yeah, she's in
From, wait, was she in, not Mallrats?
Yes, Mallrats.
Was it Mallrats?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, God, she was a
Oh,
nightmare.
and
hot.
So Men in Black 2.
Yeah.
I love that phrase. You
Nightmare
just
hot.
said.
God.
She was a nightmare.
I woke up
Jesus.
from the middle of a slumber to scream how hot she was. It's
She was also in
I
that
love that.
Meet Joe Black.
Ladies.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the 3-hour
yes.
movie about peanut
Yeah.
butter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's
What are
got
you
one of the
voting
best-
for?
I already
that
voted.
scene.
We were about to watch it.
There's a lot of the cacophony of voices. You go Men in Black or Mystery Men?
Men in Black.
There
I
you
don't
go.
like Mystery Men.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It will not win.
Men in Black 2 or
This
Mystery
is Men in Black 2.
2.
Mystery Men. It's a great movie, and I love it.
Mystery Man.
Mystery Men.
Yeah.
Men in Black, too.
I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Mystery
I
Men.
like
that's-
this. This is shaking
That's,
down.
wanted
that's
Mystery Men to mean
the,
something
that's the
down
last
with
time
fun.
you guys get to vote for Men in Black 2. It's not
Do
advancing.
you want to vote again real quick for it?
Final 4. Semifinals, Final 4.
Here it is.
What are the final four?
The final 4 films, not in order.
Right.
Men in Black 1. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh.
Mystery Men. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Jeez. I don't know, you guys. All right, good.
Hey, it shakes. That's how it shakes out. So,
I
Now, what is the
cannot
order?
believe
Yeah.
A History of Violence isn't here.
Believe it.
first,
I cannot
Here,
believe
you
Road
wanna
to Perdition isn't here.
okay. You know what? Before we get to the final 4, how does anybody else, like besides those 2? Are there any other movies that you're like, how the fuck did that not make it far enough? Just from the top of
The
your head.
Crow, City of Angels.
Stop
I'm
it.
kidding.
And I'll look up and see where it
And
is.
those are probably the two: Road to Perdition and History of
All right,
Violence.
History of Violence.
Nothing fantastical happens.
Now
in
those
movies.
would have
History-
easily for me defeated Scott Pilgrim.
History of Violence. History of Violence lost to Hellboy 1 back in round 3.
Okay.
I'm still bitter.
What was the other one you mentioned?
Road to Perdition.
Road to Perdition. I think we lost that
The
earlier.
young Tyler Hoechlin.
Road
Yeah,
to,
I didn't know
Road to
that until
Perdition
the show.
lost to Men in Black
Yeah.
in round 3.
Well,
Yeah.
there you
Okay.
go. Yeah.
All right.
Dread 3.
That's
is,
what I
is
was
what
thinking of,
bugged-
was Dread 3.
I-
That I'm shocked.
that lost to Dick Tracy.
That would have been, yeah.
I guess I'm kind of surprised the
Narrowly,
Rocketeer
too, narrowly.
is not one of
Rocketeer
these.
The Rocketeer made it to the final 8.
It did.
pretty
I
good.
thought it could have taken
The
it.
Elite Eight.
But
Sorry, the Elite 8.
the Elite.
Me knowing that Scott Pilgrim was even in the mix, I knew that. I know that it's.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. It
It's
made
that
it to
one.
the made it to the Sweet 16. It didn't make it to the Elite 8.
Oh.
The Elite 8 were Mystery Men, Men in Black 2, Men in Black 1, Watchmen, Scott Pilgrim, Dick Tracy, Hellboy, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I do not remember. Ronnie Strike says Biz Markie rapping Alien cameo
Yeah, I
for the
remember
win, Men in Black
that
2. I
too,
do
yeah.
not remember
I remember
him
that.
even being in that.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I don't. I'm surprised that both Men in Black and Men in Black 2 made it so far. I thought that only one of them was gonna get that far through, but whatever.
Sometimes you get lucky.
30 Days of Night isn't here.
That was a good one.
That
That's
we
a good
dropped
one.
that.
I like that a lot.
It didn't
time
make
ago.
it into
Wow.
the things we talked about on screen,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was like round 1. Anyway, anything else? Anything
Was
else?
Spawn ever on this list?
No.
No.
Why?
But it-
Wow.
I didn't think about Spawn,
No.
and I probably would not have voted
It probably
for it
would've-
at any
yeah.
time.
I'm just saying.
Wasn't
Yeah.
it?
No.
I don't think it was.
I don't remember that at all.
Me either.
Oh, the
Pull
Spirit.
out Watchmen and put Spawn in.
There you go.
I tried rewatching Spawn 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's an awful fucking.
Okay.
But there's some great lines.
Not really.
No.
No.
Yeah. When he says Spawn real loud,
No. When his mask comes on, he goes, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
that sounds like a winner.
It's one of my favorite lines.
So
Yeah,
I
still
get,
say it.
Really?
Randy,
Yes.
You.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1990. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World is the whitest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It's true.
Like, painfully white. And I fucks with white folks, y'all my people. But Jesus Christ, like even the Asian girl was white. Like, god damn.
I think they were all Canadian.
My God. I was like,
What about Birth of a Nation?
It was,
That was a little whiter.
yeah. It was. That was more pro-white than just white.
I actually think they also it was, and everyone was in blackface that wasn't
Oh my
white.
God.
So like it
that
was
would
just
not surprise me.
white all the way through.
Michael Cera did wear blackface. Yeah, that's true. I forgot.
Scott Pilgrim. Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim, Birth of Scott Pilgrim.
Birth of Scott Pilgrim. Oh goodness gracious! I'm gonna go Scott Pilgrim. I was more amused by that than I remember being amused by Turtles when it came out. Like it was cool, and I was like, okay.
Robert Monroe Jr. is asking, was Friday Foster on the list at all? I don't
I don't know
what
what
that is.
is. Yeah. I
Friday
don't know that
Foster
one.
was a comic strip.
Comic strip, right?
Yeah, but I didn't know there was a Friday Foster.
Wait, did he wear like a newsboy cap?
She.
She. So no.
Pam Grier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pam
Friday Foster,
Grier?
yeah, Pam Grier.
Oh.
Friday Foster was a black woman.
Wait, when did this come out?
1975 American
yeah,
blaxploitation film.
No,
Yeah, man.
it wasn't. Never heard of him.
Goodness
Sorry.
No,
gracious.
I not either.
I do like a
comic
Pam
strip.
Grier.
That's cool that they made a movie about a comic strip at that time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything. Yeah, I don't care what you say. If Pam Grier's in it, I'm watching it. Nah, I don't give a fuck what it is.
I don't think that's a very controversial.
Yeah, it's
stance.
not a hot take, Randy.
Listen, I know people that are
Hot
like,
take.
really? Like, are you killing that?
I mean, they don't have eyes.
Push most people off of a bridge for Pam Grier.
So I have like.
If she asked you to.
Yeah. Even if they don't ask.
She's like,
just
would you please stop pushing people up bridges for me? No.
I didn't say I would stop pushing people about bridges for you.
I'm sorry. What, Pam?
You're paying attention to me right now.
I have very explicit like core memories involving Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Yeah,
from
man.
1990.
Yeah,
Like
I get it.
parts of my personality and things that I love to this day are intertwined with my response and who I was as a person when I saw this movie at 9 years old.
Such as.
Such as.
Yes.
I fucks with turtles. No.
When he climaxes, he yells "Cowabunga."
Yeah.
He was in a sewer.
Yeah. I learned the sacred art of the ninjetti.
Cool. That's good.
From manuals I found in the sewer.
Oh, cool. Not a mouse or a rat or anything.
My best friend's a rat.
Oh, that's nice.
How do you feel about pizza?
How do I feel about pizza?
Do you like it?
Cowabunga. Wow.
One word says it all.
That was so simple, but so effective.
So, but Scott Pilgrim is it's a perfect movie.
Took a turn.
It's a perfect movie.
Nice.
And when I say a perfect movie, I mean it's perfectly constructed. It's perfectly designed. It's perfectly executed. It's perfectly cast. It's a perfect exercise in filmmaking.
Perfectly white.
Yeah. Sorry.
The main reason you like it.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Main reason.
Yeah, there were those green people in that other movie.
Actually,
It's nice. Well done. Well done.
not a fan. Green. No, I'm gonna vote Scott Pilgrim. I was up from top to bottom. I was obsessed with this movie when it was coming out, and the soundtrack is perfect. It falls in line with the conversation I was trying to have at the beginning of the show. It's a musical in the style of a video game, in the style of a film presented. It's literally a music. It's a modern musical. They break out into fights and songs. I love this movie. I'm voting Scott Pilgrim.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I can add to the conversation. Although, you know what, out there in Chatland, I want to know what your number one is. So put it in the chat. I want to know what your number one is. If it's Scott Pilgrim
From
or
these
if it's
four? Or from
just your number one of all time.
Okay.
Just plop them in the chat. I want to hear them.
Pop it in?
Brian.
Here we go. Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Cultural phenomenon that I was absolutely into, absolutely a part of. I'm not even that into video games or the video game aesthetic, but Scott Pilgrim is really good.
Yeah.
I
Also,
loved
the Scott
it.
Pilgrim game is really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was one.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah. I don't play games. The idea of hitting those tropes doesn't do that much for me, but I thought the fact that they did it and the way that they did it was really cool. So stylized in such a cool way, and I gotta go Scott Pilgrim.
Nice.
I'm shocked. I have to go Scott Pilgrim.
Has to.
I feel obligated to, but I don't ever want it to be overshadowed that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out before all of this comic book world we're in now. It was one of like 5 movies that was all we had. 2 of those being other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies. That really
The other
it
two
kind of
being
started.
Batman
I was going to say it came out in 1990.
and in the wake
it came
of
out
Batman.
in 1990. Batman 89, Superman 1 through 4.
That's right. That's all you had.
1978 to 86.
Sure. So any way you cut it, you could say this was one of the, at that time, it was one of the top 3 comic book movies that had ever been made.
Well, it was the highest grossing independently produced movie of all
That
time.
I didn't know, and I love that.
Until
I think that's so cool.
Blair Witch Project.
And it seemed like an impossible feat. When I heard that they were making a live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, I was like, that's going to be garbage.
How are you at like 8 years old?
Yeah. Well, I was just like, I was like, there's no way.
It's a real bitchy 8-year-old.
Yeah. There's no, I couldn't conceive of how they
Shut
would
up, mother.
make it live action if
gotcha.
it wasn't like stop motion, which isn't live action.
Right,
But
right.
It was also done
Yeah,
at a
yeah,
time. It was done at a time where they did make it for children. When everything would have been screaming at you nowadays to make it for children.
Yeah.
And they were just like, fuck it.
Well, I mean,
We're going based off of the
It's a
comic.
fairly
We're going
dark
independent.
movie.
And it is dark, yeah.
they reacted to that though because the second and the third movies are
Certainly they did.
Yeah.
But I think that came from Mothers Against Ninjas.
Man group.
Mothers Against Ninja Fights.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't mind the ninjas themselves.
So you're going Scotty.
Yeah, I'm going Scott Pilgrim.
Okay.
That's cool. Hey,
clean
were you
sweep.
about? I was going to comment on Ronnie Strike's.
We look great, by the way.
So Ronnie Strike,
like the table.
he says he has no idea how the movies are being picked or paired. We're down to some very solid, tough picks. and he plans on binging it all later. But I'll tell you how they were picture paired, Ronnie, and thank you for implying the question. We had so many.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We have so many movies. We had all these DC and Marvel movies, and I think Randy suggested, what if we get rid of all of those and we only do non-DC or Marvel,
superhero, and then it just turned into,
superhero
like,
kind of
DC
thing. So that's how we got this list, and then we just added. Noel was very kind to collate. He started off the list with like 90% of them, and then we added some that we remembered that had been left out, and that's how we got all of those lists. Then I believe they were just paired randomly.
Do you remember the total number of movies?
It was like 180 something, and we still ended up. I mean, through the course of this, we found out a couple of cracks that things that fell through.
Or got in.
Or got in. Yeah, it was like 180 something. I still have that original spreadsheet. I remember sharing the spreadsheet, and Len was like, well, I'm going to take some of these out. I was like, don't fuck with the original spreadsheet, because we may someday want to see the breadth of all of them. And if you start deleting, stop it. But yeah, it's just it's a lot of movies.
And also, Ronnie, on every episode, we spent about 10 minutes explaining Snake Draft.
Yeah,
And how to do it. So if you want to watch
Yeah,
all
watch the
three,
ones.
it's probably 30 minutes combined of just us talking about
The snake traps. And it's exactly the way a snake moves, just back and forth in one area.
A semicircle.
Yeah.
Snakes are very stupid.
Yeah.
And then Chris Dunn says, because of turtles, the word dude entered my vocabulary and never left.
I would
cool.
argue that Bill and Ted probably did that first.
We said his vocabulary.
Excellent.
Oh, his. Yeah. That's fair.
But I thought that as well, yeah.
If Bill and Ted was a comic book movie,
He was
That would have taken it.
it would have been in the
probably-
top
Yeah, definitely.
16 for me.
Because no
Hey,
one
what
would have
about
made us do it.
16
The
or 8.
Simpsons? Bart Simpson, I think, said dude a lot.
Eat my
Yeah,
shorts.
eat my
He
shorts,
did say
dude.
that. He invited
Have
you
a cow, man.
He
Yeah.
invited you to masticate on his clothing.
He did. I was into it.
Where are we at? We're with
We're asking me the next two.
Men in Black 1 or Mystery Men.
Men in Black 1. This one, I bet will go Men in Black, because I think the cultural significance of it and Will Smith at his prime defeats the entire cast of Mystery Men and the premise of which it is laid.
Interesting.
So I'm going to say Men in Black, but everyone knows what I think. Let's get on to the...
Me.
To the Brian.
To the Brian of it
Thank
all.
you. I love Mystery Men, but Men in Black.
Yeah.
It's just the more solid movie. Mystery Men is an offbeat, awesome thing, but Men in Black. I vote Men in Black.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to do MIB.
Yeah.
Ditto. Yeah, it's as much as I love Mystery Men, paired with Men in Black, it's just a
Ooh,
better
that would be
movie.
good though. Those two in one night. Paired those.
Men in Black. All right.
Yeah.
Mystery
Mystery
Men in
Men.
Black.
That'd be
Nice.
awesome.
Men in Black all day.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Took it.
Yeah.
Clean sweep.
Here we go.
So
Did
here
you
we are.
guys, not to go off on a little tangent, did you guys hear that there are plans to blend the 21 Jump Street universe and the Men in Black universe?
Plans, or did that happen?
It's gone?
It's
been
gone.
rewritten?
So it was
Oh, well, it doesn't matter because they
From-
tanked the franchise, didn't they?
from
with,
the Sony-
Hemsworth.
from
Of it all. I forgot about that movie.
the Sony hack revealed a bunch of correspondence between Jonah Hill's production company and whatnot, and wanting to do a crossover with Men in Black. It was only just but then
right,
all
right.
that just blew it all up.
Wasn't there some weird 21
Dylan
Jump
Dog
Street
was
thing
not
that
in
happened
this.
though?
Cemetery Man was
I'm
not
with you,
in this.
Ronnie.
good.
I remember that.
Yeah, man. Ronnie Strike says, thanks for the info. I plan on doing a deep dive and catch up with you cats. I'm sure it wasn't even considered, but Cemetery Man from Dylan Dog is a hell of a flick.
And also,
Absolutely.
Dylan
Dylan
Dog, I
Dog.
do not believe was on this
Yeah,
list.
there's
Dylan
also
Dog-
a Dylan Dog.
Yeah, we talked
Movie.
about
Brandon
Dylan
Routh.
Dog
Yeah.
with Brandon Routh.
What in the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, so Dylan Dog is an Italian comic book series, supernatural detective. And then there was a film called Della Morte Della Morta.
Yeah.
Della Morto, which is basically a Dylan Dog movie that they called Cemetery Man. And then recently, within the last 10 years, they did an actual Dylan Dog movie here in America. The first one was Cemetery Man was starring, what's his name?
Rupert Everett.
Rupert Everett. And it's
it may be a
all
little
sorts
more
of
than 10
sexy. No, I'm sorry. Dylan Dog was in the past 10 years.
No, I think more.
It's more than
Yeah, yeah.
13.
What?
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
So it was.
You did.
It was. it had to come out maybe 3 or 4 years after Superman Returns
Yeah,
because
it
it
was after.
paired Jimmy Olsen and Superman from that movie
Yeah.
and Dylan Dog and Dylan Dog's buddy.
Dylan
that right?
Dog,
I
Dylan
forgot
Dog
that.
Dead of Night came out in 2010, directed by Kevin Monroe. Box office was $5.8 million.
Yeah, it did not
Oof.
do well.
Cost
There
$20 million
wasn't a lot
and they
of
made
budget.
$5.
Oh,
Rotten
that's
Tomato
not
score
good.
is 5%.
Oh my! I want to see
Wow.
this though.
I didn't think it was that
Sounds
bad.
cool.
It's
Brandon Routh
it's
is in it.
fine.
Yeah.
Can you look up Cemetery
boring.
Man? I'm trying to remember the
Just
original
a
name.
1984
Delamorte?
Yeah.
Delamorte Delamore. I was right, yeah.
The
Good
love,
on you, Ronnie Strike.
the love of death.
So
Something
I didn't
like
know
that?
that. I didn't know that
Love and
Cemetery
Death,
Man was.
something.
First of all, Cemetery Man is a very weird movie.
It's weird,
of
but it's
Death.
good.
But I didn't know that it was a.
Interesting.
Who directed that? It wasn't
stage-
Peter
Or the
Jackson.
death of
No,
love.
it's-
Which one is it? Those are
no,
two very
it's-
different
it's-
things.
Italian
Michelle
guy.
Scavi?
It's all Italian people.
Shall we go to the
Do you know?
finals?
Do you
Yeah,
know what
sorry.
the translation
Good
is?
call, Ronnie, though. That's, yeah.
Yeah,
I wish I
always
thought
wanted
to bring
see
that in,
Revealing
but-
more cracks in the armor.
Obviously, it wouldn't have gotten
Armor.
many votes.
No, it wouldn't have gotten far. I did. Yeah,
Probably
it
not
wouldn't
out of
have
the
far at
first
all, yeah.
round. Randy probably would not have voted for it.
So Randy,
Yes.
does your love of Men in Black falter at all being paired against Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
No. Not at all. Not
So you're
at
going
all.
Men in Black?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that
Interesting.
was my shit.
Final word on Men in Black?
The thing that excited me the most about Men in Black was Will as a cop, right? And you know he's doing his cop thing and shit and whatnot. And you know they call him into, and they, you know, everybody's all suited up, and he was like, "Nah, man, like the fucking table was the
Yes.
that was the like
Yeah.
Yes.
that was it, like
Yeah, he does the smart thing.
like,
It's
who are
cool.
these fucking goons?
Yeah.
Just bring
Yeah.
the fucking table over.
Yes.
I love that shit. I love
Yes.
the idea that this dude was very much, you know what I mean? He was just a, you know, he was a hip hop dude, happened to be a cop, and was like, you know what? Nah, I can do all this. Fuck that. I got all this. All day.
I love a smart solution, like
Yeah.
an innovatively smart solution that's very obvious,
Yeah.
and not everybody does it, and you do it.
Reminds
you know?
me of
Yeah.
Captain America: The First Avenger, where they're doing all the training.
Yeah.
And everyone has to climb the pole.
He just pulls the pin
Pulls
out.
the pin out and
Yeah.
brings the pole down.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think he's too skinny. Hey,
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Hey, that's right.
Hey.
Bringing it back.
I love Men in Black. I remember seeing it twice at Cinema Square in Spring Hill, Florida, on opening weekend.
Where the
To a
Halloween is
packed
there.
house. No, they weren't in Spring Hill. They were in Orlando. Damn it. You son of a bitch.
I'm the piece of shit.
You're the piece of shit.
I'm the piece of shit.
But I don't know. Scott, I'm a giant Edgar Wright fan more than I am a Barry Sonnenfeld fan. Scott Pilgrim just does it for me
Why are you sad about it?
because they're both amazing movies.
They're both good.
This is
They're
hard.
both good.
And
yeah.
one of them will be eradicated forever.
Yeah. That's the thing we didn't mention.
Yeah, we're not allowed to watch The Loser ever again.
sorry. Any
We
of
made
them.
that.
Any of the losers.
Any of them.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Wouldn't
this
it
is
be
the
wild
last. This is the last comic book adaptation film, not superhero, that we're
Yeah.
ever allowed to watch
Sorry.
again.
But we can watch this one as much as we want.
Yeah, we watched this one. And the other thing we didn't tell them is that it gets erased from like
Everywhere.
everywhere,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
of human history.
All the hard drives.
We're gonna
So-
cancel all these movies.
So I hope you did enjoy it, but it doesn't really matter because you won't remember.
Yeah.
having watched it.
Forgive me not.
Forgive me now. Forgive me now.
Forgive me now.
Wouldn't it be wild if the only one we couldn't watch was the one that loses this final matchup? All the other ones that barely made it anywhere. It's
Yeah, I
fine.
mean, when you get this,
No
when
one
you-
cares about
These are
number
the
two.
stakes.
when you get this
Yeah.
far into like it's the amount of stakes increase based on how many levels up you get.
Yes.
So all the other movies
Yeah.
are safe.
Yeah.
This is where it counts.
I'm going for Scott Pilgrim, obviously.
Oh, obvious, is it? Well, I'll tell you what.
obvious.
I really thought that I would be voting for Scott Pilgrim for, possibly for the final. I was with you guys. This could take it all the way. And in the moment that judging started, I'm like, I gotta go Men in Black. Right? Scott Pilgrim is a great movie, but Men in Black is so solid. It has the cool, like, philosophical, intellectual things too. A person is smart. People are stupid, right? There's so many cool things. His attitude of like, so fucking competent and just has a innovative outsider kind of view of things, and it's great. I love that. The little girl with the quantum physics textbook. Right?
Yeah.
All the cool tech and the cool look. Black suits, black sunglasses is cool. Men in Black,
Yeah, black
Men in Black.
attitude.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was part of the song. Good.
All right.
You went Men in Black?
Yeah.
I went Men in Black.
Oh my God!
It's
does
down
it
to
all
you,
come down
Terry.
Now
me?
you can never go
does.
back.
Me,
I didn't
the
want to.
producer of the show. I know the answer.
I think we all,
I'm going to stretch it out.
We all know the answer.
For drama.
He's Scott Pilgrim.
Hold on,
That's what he's
let's
going to
go
vote for.
pee.
Yeah.
Yeah, get some popcorn.
We're going to have a fight scene. We're going to have a fight scene long
Longer
enough for
than
you to
John
go
Wick.
pee and get some popcorn.
Yeah.
I think we need something to bring up. Would be I think Men in Black has a longer lasting appeal and effect on culture than Scott Pilgrim does. So I think if we're talking cultural significance, it's Men in Black.
Way more people know what Men in Black is, for
I
sure.
think something underrated about Scott Pilgrim is Scott Pilgrim pushed the medium forward. We had never seen graphics like this in a feature film. Never. So it was the first to do that. And I still look at some of those effects and I'm like, how did they do this on technology from back then? I mean, it is fantastical. There's wire work in there. There's green screen work in there. There's body doubles in there. There's text graphics, just the way the text is. And the opening of the film steals your heart with the Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past score cueing the initial crane shot. So Scott Pilgrim versus the World is a better movie, and I vote for it to win.
Interesting.
Nice.
Now,
Well said.
Thank you.
I am curious which one Len would have voted for.
That's true.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, but Len's, I mean, we wouldn't maybe have this final four.
Well, maybe not,
That's true.
but I'm still curious.
Thanks, Kevin.
permutation of it.
Right.
Kevin says
That's why.
audio is great this episode.
Thank you.
We're all talking
Normally-
into the
Thank you
mics.
very much,
Yeah.
Kevin.
Normally it's trash. You're welcome.
I said as an aside to JD earlier, which I don't know if you heard, I think it would be interesting to do this again with just a different randomization of
yeah.
the brackets.
Every
and
episode,
see
we're
if
going to
it's
do this
still-
again.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is just going to be the bracket podcast.
Yeah, bracket podcast.
Bracket
I also
cast.
think it would be fun to
Bracket.
bracket out completely.
Brast. Thank you.
Yeah, let's do it on completely 64 completely unrelated things.
So what do you
The
like?
game is you can't
pizza
relate
or
them to
socks?
Or
Yeah.
Amsterdam.
Pop-Tarts or chairs.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy shit, that
This
is
is
actually
amazing,
a good
right?
idea.
Thank you very much.
That,
That's pretty good.
we're gonna do a bracket of just
Random.
incredibly random
Yes.
things. March
ran-
Madness, baby.
Next March, the random.
Yeah.
I love it.
I feel
Madness.
when we are
The racket. The random
when
bracket.
we are bankrupt of good ideas. That's it.
Yeah.
That's a great-
Which is the final thing.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
There's, I'd just like to bring up a couple of other things that could have made the list, but didn't make the list.
Let's go.
I'm surprised on The Mask that didn't get farther.
Yeah, so
that
I
as
forgot.
a
not-
movie is
Ooh,
excellent.
that
I'm
was a good
talking for
movie.
myself here, obviously, but
Yeah.
it does not hold up. I just
haven't seen
revisited
it.
it months ago, and I was like, I couldn't get through it. This is awful.
I'll tell you,
I'm
there's
on the
an
other
argument
side
for
of that.
not rewatching things.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I
Lost
love
to-
that movie.
In
Yeah.
round 3, it lost to Hellboy 2: The Golden Army.
That makes sense.
That's very good.
Yeah,
That's very good.
I
I
would
voted
make
for
that
the
vote
mask.
again.
I voted for the mask.
You're an idiot.
You're the one.
Oh, did you account for how many votes each one got on that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I see Barbarella on the list here scrolling?
You did,
That,
yeah.
Was that comic based?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I didn't know
Stan
that
Lee.
either.
No, Stan Lee didn't.
That's
Stripperella.
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 That's one of my favorite things when like people, if you see like queer comic book characters for Marvel or whatever, there's always like the dipshits in the comments are like, Stan Lee's rolling over his grave, and I always like to post a little picture of Stripperella.
Yeah.
Barbarella was 1968.
How about that?
Never seen it.
60s pop.
I've never seen it either. I've always been curious. I had no idea it was a comic. It is where Duran Duran gets their name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a scientist, I think, that helps her. I haven't seen it, but I think his name Duran.
Oh, did
Yeah.
not know that.
Yeah.
Cool.
I want to see that movie.
It's a wild flick.
Yeah?
It's just like, what the fuck is happening?
It's like mostly vibes more than a
Yeah.
movie.
I'm down
right?
with that.
Yeah.
70s sci-fi vibes.
Yo,
Yeah.
dude, 70s sci-fi vibes are some of the greatest vibes
Really
ever.
good.
Bro,
Really good vibes.
You know how many
Absolutely.
times I watched Logan's Run
Ah.
just on like, all right, it's on, fuck it.
Really?
Have you never seen Logan's
I've
Run?
never seen either of these films.
Yo, Logan's
I haven't seen
Run
Logan's
is
Run.
Oh, it's
the
excellent.
wildest ass
Excellent.
flick, bro. Like everybody at the age of 30,
Yeah.
you die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a big celebration thing and all that kind of thing. And the runners are the cops that like people that are like, fuck that, I'm out.
Yeah.
They try and catch him and they're like, nope, you gotta die. And this dude Logan is a runner, and then he figures out why, and then he runs.
Okay.
Yo, that shit is wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, and if you think about like that's when a lot of that's when people were making original shit. And like you hadn't seen like now it's passé to do like the screaming scene at the end of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but when he does it, the first time you see it, my god,
That's why it becomes passé in some cases.
exactly
because it was so
the
notable.
original did it so well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love stuff from that time period.
I'm surprised. Well,
Snowpiercer.
you know what? I'm not surprised that
I'm surprised Snowpiercer didn't make it further.
Tank Girl didn't make it very far.
Tank Girl's
You
a good
say you're
one.
not surprised?
I'm not surprised looking at the actual like matchups.
I'm not either.
300 did not make it past the second round.
It was pitted against something.
Sin City.
Yeah, that's difficult.
Oh, I think I voted 300 on that one. It was a tough call, but it was a really good movie.
And again, you were the one.
Was I?
Yeah.
Well, that's me.
What's next?
That's it.
You're like Jet Li,
So
you're
we're
the
done?
one.
Everything's over. The winner in total is Scott Pilgrim.
Oh,
versus
I
Scott
realized that
Pilgrim.
was the end of the
That
thing.
was it.
That's the end of the thing. I think
over.
it,
You did it.
Yeah. Well, folks,
Pilgrim.
that was fun.
Yes.
And that kind of takes us through March 2. I think we're going to go back to more topic-oriented things and get away
Yeah.
from rankings for a little while.
So-
Although I love the rankings. This is so fun.
but they go so late.
They do.
The
Care Bear's a sleepy baby.
Yeah.
next week we're going to talk about
Easter?
we're going to talk about Easter. We're going to talk about
Oh,
resurrection.
right. Easter Sunday.
The real good news.
So, yeah, you won't be here. So, we're going to talk about our favorite resurrections in comic books.
Yeah.
So, I want to maybe go around the room and who is your favorite resurrected character or team in continuity, as well as who you would want or wish would be resurrected, character or team in continuity. But then I also think it would be fun for us to do a what is your favorite resurrection in publishing? So like Omega Men was an example I gave. Like, hey, it's an old classic comic
an
book, and then
IP resurrection?
they resurrect it as a
King murdered that shit. Yo.
so they something in continuity, and then favorite resurrection or wished resurrection in publishing.
Would you count something like the long, decades delayed completion of that Ghost Rider story that looked like it was never going to happen, and then they came back
I
and
don't even know what you're referring to.
There was like it was the Dan Ketch era. I think it was Walt Simonson, and the story just stopped, and there were like 1 or 2 issues left, and like 15 to 20 years later, they finished it.
That would be, if that's your favorite. Yes, that's my favorite resurrection.
Like of a thing.
That's in continuity,
Yeah.
right?
No. There's no character resurrection. It's just like they didn't seem like that story was going to finish, and then it did.
But they resurrected it they resurrected
It's
a
like
story.
resurrecting a property.
Yeah,
Yes.
not a
That
title,
counts.
not a.
Yeah.
So like I'm thinking more like the two versions of it. Like it's resurrecting like an actual like story or characters of
gotcha.
a story. That's why I thought in continuity was the clearest way to do it.
Okay.
Versus, relaunching a title with a different
Omega the
meaning.
Unknown.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like relaunching a title or bringing back, I don't know, Marvel style or
Marvel Man or Miracle Man.
Even if it could be something as stupid as bringing back holographic covers.
Oh, sure.
Hey!
Chromium covers.
I want
we can have
something-
fun with this.
I want something outside of the stories we read, something like on the publisher side, but then also the stories we read. Cool.
Yeah.
Right?
That sounds cool.
So that's your homework for next week, and that's the topic.
Hey, you guys, I'm not going to be here next week. And I just, real quick, so we talked about doing this after the show last week. Noel had not thought of any parameters yet. We were just saying character resurrections, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking about what would my character resurrections be of my all-time favorite character resurrections. I would like to say those real quick. We've got Superman, The Flash, could be when Wally West comes back. It's pretty cool.
Tainting the pot. I see.
Yes. But I'm not going to be here for this spot.
Yeah, but we could have
emailed it.
emailed it.
You could have been a commenter.
Hal Jordan. No, it's Passover.
It's
I'm going to be
Passover.
doing something.
Yeah.
We're probably driving home at the time.
Go on. Finish it.
And plus, you only get to pick one of these anyway. So now I get to pick 4. Hal Jordan.
Oh yeah, each person.
Hal Jordan. Oh, he worked it in so well. And here's a surprise one that you guys might not know about from me. Marvel in Universe X.
Oh.
Very cool.
Never read
Okay.
it.
Oh
Yeah.
my God!
I
It's
didn't get that
maybe
far.
possibly my favorite Marvel thing. Maybe.
I think
or
I've tried
maxi series.
I tried twice and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't do
I
it.
Did you start with Earth X or just straight into Universe X?
Man, it was
I
it was
gotcha.
the collected edition that was in my college library.
Okay.
I don't fucking know.
Okay. Because I didn't. I was in college when Earth X came out,
Yeah.
and so I started with Universe X.
Yeah.
I think that was the way to do it.
But that's not the way they were published. You're saying?
Oh, no.
Earth X was first.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Which I liked. I liked Earth X, but then I tried the second one and I was like,
Oh, really?
I can't do this.
Cool. I
Yeah.
loved it.
Well, thanks,
And
man.
Marvel is resurrected in it, and he's around.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Email those anyway.
And
You got it.
now,
Yeah, so
You
we'll
got it. Yeah.
we'll mention them next
Oh,
week.
very good.
and
Yeah.
now, real quick, Brian,
Yeah.
please tell
Yes.
our viewers the entire story of Passover.
All right.
Oh
That
my
is
God.
actually the point of Passover, to talk about how we were slaves in Egypt and we were freed from that. But one of my favorite parts is we dip out a little wine for all the plagues, because even though we were freed and it came at the hardship of the Egyptians, we're still sorry that happened, right? Even though we were enslaved by them, we're like, and some sadness for you that it had to go down that way.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
That's cool.
I like that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that part a lot. And there were 10 plagues. We got out, and we're in a country. We found our own country.
Good job.
It was nice. Yeah.
I knew you could do it.
Thank you.
Good
job.
There's a lot left out of that one.
It was a speed round.
Yeah.
It was a speed round.
Ronnie Strike says, man, I was all in on Scott Pilgrim, but I have to consider MIB with 1997 special effects and how mind-blowing it was for the time it
That
was
car
made.
transformation is
That was
really
cool.
neat.
I, for some reason, initially read that as the... with its 1,997 special effects. Oh, no, the year.
That makes more sense.
That's your fucking 2814 brain.
Is that not how you say it? You say 2814?
I do
really?
say 2814.
Yeah.
Only because I like even when police officers talk about codes, they do it numerically. Like often it's
Yeah.
they use it in like that manner. So I just always read it in my head
They
as
are,
2014.
as they are.
No, I
police
was just
force.
read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
they're
they also
Space
weren't
Scouts.
as much that at the time.
Yeah,
they were
that's a
like
newer-
autonomous,
Yeah.
deputized entities. But I always just saw 2814.
Boy, I'd
Yeah.
kill for a Rohypnol right now.
Hey-oh, blam, blam, blam. He wants to date rape all
Terry,
of us.
you already did.
Where-
You just took it and forgot it.
Where can people
It's cool.
find
You won't remember how tired you are right now. It's fine.
Where can people find you, Ran?
If you put our son, the voice of reason, into the internet, you will find me. BoomBapTherapy.com. You can get all my stuff. Gangstergrass.com. You'll see where the band is at. And yeah, that's where I'm gonna be at.
Noel?
You can find me on social medias, whether it's through the CultPop Twitter at CultPopGo, or my Twitter, Mr. Bartocci, BARTOCCI, MRBARTOCCI. And you could listen to us talk about each week's weekly comics on Fresh Floppies, which drops every Wednesday morning, about the current spoiler-free conversations about the current comics that are on the shelves right flipping now.
Yeah.
Right flopping now.
Well, we flop them on the.
Oh, you flop them right up there?
flop them up there. Flop them
I
on
like
the
that.
shelves.
I like
That's
that.
the first thing we
Yeah.
do is when we turn on the mics, we flop them
Right up there.
onto the table.
Yeah.
And it's fresh.
What he said, and then also come to my comic book store, Johnny Destructo's Hero Complex. Join patreon.com/Johnny Destructo. I have a sticker club. You get a sticker every month that is exclusive, drawn by me, and it's great.
That's cool. That's cool.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm at BrianLeapDesign.com. It's an industrial design, product design website with my stuff on it. And please come to the improv comedy show, Comedy on Demand, that I and a group of very, very funny people will be doing at the Barley Sheaf Theater in Exton, Lineville.
Barley sheaf.
Barley sheaf, like I was thinking about this, so I was like, I hope nobody thought I said barley sheep, which
I
it is
thought
not.
sheaf.
No, like a sheaf of barley, like the plant.
Sure, I have no idea what that means.
It's an amount of barley. I don't know either,
Yeah.
but it's something that wheat and barley are found in amounts. Anyway, Barley Sheaf Theater, Exton, Lineville, Pennsylvania. We're Comedy on Demand doing an improv show April 14th, Friday at 8 p.m. and I would love to see you there.
And I'm around, but I will shout out Len. We miss you. We wish you were on the show with us.
Here.
And thank you, everybody, for watching. And Ronnie, thank you for being such a cool fan.
Yeah, man. All right, we love you. We will talk at you later.
Peace.
Bye.